Oh, hello, it is I, your boy Gomi. Another MSG card where my bets go horribly, the fights are amazing, and it's a potential one of the best cards of all time, and it's capped off with one of my favorite fighters getting knocked out. I will forever be an Alex Pereira hater, I'm sorry to say, because I am an Izzy fan, a Jan Blachowicz fan, and a Jiří Procházka fan, and they all were beaten by Boatan. Don't care much about doing this one, but we're gonna do it anyway. So yes, the first fight we had on the card was Dennis Bazooka versus Jamal Emmers. Jamal Emmers making extremely quick work, 49 seconds quick work to knock out Dennis Bazooka. Those overhand rights were just absolute money. In fact, anything he landed with his right hand was just absolute money, and he was able to get the quick knockout. Only 14 strikes landed, and he was able to get the finish, and he could have got a performance bonus, but he missed weight by a pound, so no bonus for you, unfortunately. Then Joshua Van versus Kevin Borjas. I was not super hyped for this fight. I thought it was going to be overhyped, to be honest with you. It ended up being a pretty damn good fight. Joshua Van just destroying Borjas's body. The body shots were insane. High volume fight. A total of 511 strikes thrown. So these guys absolutely threw down. The flyweights are on the come up. I'm telling you right now. Flyweights are getting better. They're fun to watch, and I'm telling you that main event at 296 or co-main event is going to be good. And yes, Joshua Van got the decision victory. John Castaneda in a okay fight. He gets the decision win over Kang Kyung Ho. It was a pretty solid affair by John Castaneda. Pretty much went exactly how I mentioned. Just a little bit less wrestling than I thought there would be. But just John Castaneda's footwork was just much better than Kang's. And he was much more elusive, and he landed better shots, able to get the decision win. Jared Gordon. I picked him to win. I know, even though he was the favorite, I actually saw more people saying Mark Madsen was going to beat him. I knew Mark Madsen's wrestling, it's really good, but the dude does not use it. And Jared Gordon's wrestling is not bad, especially when it comes to MMA. MMA wrestling is different from Olympic wrestling. It doesn't always transition over the way a DC does, or a Henry Cejudo, who doesn't even really use it, to be honest with you. But yes, Jared Gordon overall landed much better shots. I feel like Mark Madsen really started to tire him out with very, very high volume, while Gordon was just focused on landing better and more precise shots. And then in the clinches, Madsen was winning with the knees, Gordon was winning with the hooks, and eventually it took one to just change the whole course of the fight. An uppercut and then a hook, and that was all she wrote. And Jared Gordon gets a round one knockout. I anticipated Gordon winning a decision. A round one knockout over Madsen. Ooh, Jared Gordon's stocks are going up from that. They are going absolutely up, especially after his fight against Paddy. And then Nazim Sadikov versus Slavakos. I'm just gonna call him Slavakos. I believe this was fight of the night as well too. This was a pretty solid fight, a good back and forth fight. Slavakos had a lot of power, and you can tell he's really hurting Nazim. Nazim was able to get the knockdown. The main thing was just Slavakos absolutely won round one. Nazim, he got 10-8 round two because of how badly he hurt him with, I believe it was a left hook into the high kick. Absolutely rocked and floored Slavakos. Honestly, the fight could have been finished, but it somehow, by the grace of gods, was kept going. And in the third round, Nazim just did not want to defend his body. He kept walking at him, just guarding his head, while Slavakos was just unloading some beautiful combinations, and he won rounds 1 and 2. Rounds 1 and 3. Nazim got a 10-8 round 2. That equals a draw. The next fight, Mateusz Rebecki versus Roosevelt Roberts. Gee, what a surprise. Absolute massacre for Mateusz. I'm sorry, short notice Roberts, who's not even all that. He didn't even come out of Ultimate Fighter as the winner. Of course, he's going to finish round one by Mateusz. He handled him exactly how he should have. Amazing wrestling, amazing jiu-jitsu, just took him out like nothing. Then Lupi Godinez wins a decision over Tabitha Ricci. I thought Tabitha Ricci would have been much better in that fight had she done kicks. The fight played out exactly how I panned, except Loopy was the one winning the striking exchanges, mainly because she had the better boxing. Tabitha did have some power and some pop on her shots, was able to land. She actually she didn't get credit for a knockdown, which is weird because she knocked her down twice. But the main thing is with Tabitha, she did not focus on her kicks. Her kicks were very successful, but Lupita really used her forward pressure and she used her just superior boxing to overall beat the crap out of Tabitha Ricci and get the decision. Steve Erceg versus Alessandro Costa. Steve Erceg really came out the fight starting very well, beautiful striking, very composed, and then Costa, once he started making a dog fight, he started making a chaotic brawl. He was able to just land brutal shots on Costa, was just catching him. Costa's head movement was just not that good, honestly. His defense was not that good in these really chaotic exchange. He fought like a pretty kickboxer, basically, and was a pretty kickboxing match. He was winning. When it made a slug fight, Alessandro Costa was winning, so it was kind of close, a nail biter, but overall, Steve Erceg got the W. A high point at the card for me is Diego Lopes. I had it by submission, but he still won round 1. I told y'all he's going to beat Pat Sabatini. I thought Pat Sabatini was extremely overrated in this. I don't know why Diego Lopes was the underdog. I guess people were thinking Diego Lopes was overrated. Nope. Diego Lopes was, how do you want to say, struggling, but Pat Sabatini had some success very early, but then again, Diego Lopes just, something clicked in him. He just saw red. Once they got up from that failed takedown attempt, Diego Lopes just drew hooks, and that one hook just caught Pat so bad, and Diego Lopes went into kill mode. Beautiful way to start out the main card. Round 1 knockout for Diego Lopes. That kid is going to go far. I say kid, how old is he? Is he younger than me? I don't know why. He just seems like a kid to me. Where's his damn age? No, he's my age. Okay. Well, regardless, Diego Lopes, he has a future. And I picked Matt Frevola in this fight, but alas, Benoit Saint Denis was just the more credentialed striker, proving he is the real deal, getting the round 1 brutal KO over Matt Frevola. Benoit Saint Denis fought that fight very smart. Matt Frevola, he's a pocket chaotic brawler. He'll jump in and out of the chaos, but what he does is he kind of runs towards the center of the octagon to de-initiate from the chaotic exchanges. Benoit Saint Denis clearly read his tape and saw that, timed a beautiful kick, and Benoit Saint Denis has really good kicks. He usually throws them to the body, but this time aimed up head, hit him on the top of the dome, and that was it. Much like Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev, Benoit Saint Denis put the lightweight division on notice. But oh God, why would you call out Dustin and Justin? As much as I love Dustin and Justin, let's be honest, they sit on the rank. They're not, well, no, Justin did fight down, but Dustin is not fighting down. Dustin is only going to be fighting someone of high caliber, big name. He's not going to be fighting Benoit Saint Denis. That was too early. The Mateusz Gamrot call-out's decent, but he's on the cusp of a title shot. You should have called out someone, honestly, a little bit lower. I think you should have probably called out maybe Drew Dober or something like that. I know Drew Dober's lower than him, I think, actually. No, Drew Dober's still technically ranked over him. But regardless, I don't like the call out, but Benoit Saint Denis, that dude is an absolute monster, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do next. Mackenzie Dern, you dumbass. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Mackenzie Dern absolutely could have won that fight. Jessica Andrade gets the round 2 knockout over Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern had a clear path to victory. Jessica Andrade still didn't look that good. That's the thing. Jessica Andrade still looked the same way she did in her last 3 fights, which is not that good. But Mackenzie Dern looked worse, getting knocked down 4 times, and simply because she had no striking defense. Mackenzie Dern just kept her chin out so high that I always criticize Jessica Andrade for this. She just wings out hooks. You know what a hook's gonna hit? It's gonna hit a chin that's higher than your hook, honestly. She was throwing overhands that were landing with precision. Mackenzie Dern was landing some good shots, and she was getting the better of some striking exchanges. She didn't have near as much power as Jessica Andrade, but had she been smart about it, she could have pieced her up Honestly, in the third round, probably could have gotten a submission by dropping her, getting her down to the ground. But instead, just couldn't draw, just stayed composed in the pocket and just winged hooks. And that's all she wrote. That was awful showing for Mackenzie Dern. I know she got a whole new corner and coaches. Ain't it, Chief? Ain't it? Oh, man. Only saving grace of the night next to Diego Lopes. But still sad because I do really like Sergey Pavlovich. But man, a lot of people thought it was going to go to the ground, and that was going to be the key success for Tom Aspinall. They thought the ground advantage and the speed advantage were going to be the main things. But nope. It was speed. All speed. Just absolutely blitzed Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey Pavlovich did land two really good shots to Tom that I got worried about. But Tom saw that there were looping shots. He jetted it in with precision speed and just a 1-2 finish Sergey Pavlovich, proving that Tom also has power. He has power, he has a chin, he has jiu-jitsu, he has wrestling, he has speed, he has everything. Everything. Tom Aspinall, I'm calling it right now. He is the complete heavyweight and he is the interim heavyweight champion. No, get that bullshit out of my face. He is the true heavyweight champion because we all know Jones and Stipe are going to fight. Jones is going to win. Stipe is going to retire. Jones is going to retire and he's going to get promoted. It's stupid. It's pointless. It's pointless. Tom Aspinall is the absolute best heavyweight in the world for takeout Sergey Pavlovich. It hurts because I love Sergey Pavlovich, man. I was fine with this fight going either way. I honestly would have been fine if it was like went to a decision and like it was a close fight between either guy. I didn't like seeing Sergey get knocked out like that. He's such a cool guy, dude. He's such a cool fighter. But Tom Aspinall, man. God, I did say I was leaning towards Aspinall just because I was on the Aspinall hype train first. And man, it feels good to see that gold wrapped around his waist. It really does. I've followed Aspinall since I believe it was his second fight in the UFC. I think it was a fight against Andrei Arlovsky. He went on notice for me. Absolutely. Let's see. No, Collier, Boudreaux. So yeah, his third fight. His third fight in the UFC was against Andrei Arlovsky, and that's when I jumped on the Tom Aspinall bandwagon, and it feels good saying I was right. Also, I stand by it. Tom Aspinall would have beat the piss out of Curtis Blades if his leg didn't break. He is your new true champion. And the worst part of the night for me, Yuri Prochazka is one of my favorite fighters. I love Yuri Prochazka. He got taken out by Alex Pereira. He was having very good success. His overhand right was extremely good, and it was hurting Pereira. But Pereira had the success of the leg kicks, but it just took one. It just took one freaking shot. One left hook to take out Yuri Prochazka. Absolute power. I do think it was early, but I'm not going to preach from the top of the heavens and criticize Mark Goddard, even though he did that last year at MSG as well, because Yuri Prochazka himself said nope, it was good stoppage. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I really do. This is the second year in a row where we had an MSG card and its potential is one of the best cards of all time, and it's capstoned off with me hating the card because one of my top favorite guys gets knocked out by Alex freaking Pereira. I don't care what you say. You can flame me. I'm getting flamed for this, but I'm an Alex Pereira hater now. I'm sorry. He's beaten out 3 of my favorite guys. I will always and forever be an Alex Pereira hater. Alex Pereira is your new light heavyweight champion. He is the 9th fighter to be a double champ. He is one of the greatest fighters of all time, and I freaking hate it. Oh, he called out instead of Jamal Hill. Oh man, Jamal Hill, I guess, must have pissed him off. Wow. But instead, he called out Israel Adesanya. I would love for Izzy to knock him out again, but I don't know, light heavyweight. I don't know how Izzy has looked against Sean Strickland. I don't know. It's a better fight at UFC 300 than Conor versus Chandler. Get that shit out of my face. But also, I could easily see Izzy losing again. But I could see Jamal Hill winning potentially. But again, that left hook. But again, Jamal Hill's really good. So whatever the case is, I will absolutely be rooting against Alex Pereira. I hope Yuri could come back. But again, Alex Pereira, I have to give credit where it's due. I'm hating on the guy, but I have to give credit where it's due. He won that fight totally legitly. I do think Yeti had some success with the striking. His shots were pretty good. It was one. All it took was one from Alex Pereira, and that's how it always is. I hate that. But yes, that was UFC 295. I absolutely hate the card. My second least favorite card of the year. But was the card trash? No. It was arguably one of the better cards of the year. I still, objectively, not just because I hate this card, I do think 290 is still the best card of the year. And I do think 291 is probably better as well. No, I think 295 is better than 291, honestly. Now I'm thinking about it, I think it's better. Another event where one of my top 3 favorite fighters was knocked out in the first round. Lovely. Knocked out in the second round, actually. Sorry, both were second round finishes. But yes, once again, this has been your boy Gomi. Go ahead and roast me in the comment section. All of my friends who don't even watch MMA just come out the woodwork saying, hey, your boy got knocked out again. Ho ho. So go ahead and do it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about my boy getting knocked out, and I'm going to keep punching my wall. Bye-bye.